Today we're here in Tulsa to learn more about global gardens and what they're doing here at Eugene Field Elementary and other schools around Tulsa. Let's go inside and check it out. Hey, Kalie. Thanks so much for having us here at the gardens. We've been here a few years ago, but so much has changed since we've been here. Can you tell us a little bit about Global Gardens and what y'all are doing here?
Of course, I'm glad you guys are here. So yeah, this is one of 10 Global Garden sites. We're at 10 different elementary schools, both TPS and Union.
Okay.
And we serve schools in different capacities. At this school, we serve every student at the school, pre-K through 5th grade, with both during school and after school programming. Some schools we offer only during school, some are only after school. It's a mix depending on what the school and funding can allow.
Right, so you really cater to the schools that you partner with. That's
we do.
Awesome. This is your home site, right?
Yes,
your original.
This is our original site. It started about 17 years ago.
Okay.
Here at Eugene Field. It started much smaller and then has grown since then.
Literally, the garden is growing.
It really has.
So I don't think this space was quite organized like this when I was here last. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing up here in this front area.
Yeah, so what you see here is our during school section. So each of these gardens corresponds to one classroom at the Eugene Field. So each classroom of students has their own garden bed out here, and they come with their Global Gardens educator. We meet out here for one time each week for about 45 minutes.
Wow.
With students, they're gardening, they're getting to do a seed to play experience at least twice a year. So that's planting and then caring for the plants and then harvesting.
Okay, so you're doing fall and spring gardening?
Fall and spring. Even in winter, we can get out here. In winter, we're taking care of the compost, we're taking care of the worms, we're covering the soil to keep it nice and warm, and then we're also doing garden-related science experiments inside as well.
Okay, so tell us, this is always at elementary schools? Are you working with a certain age range with the,
yeah.
What grades are we talking?
For right now, it's just pre-K through 5th.
Okay.
For our during school, our after school is 3rd through 5th graders.
Okay.
We've served some middle school as well, and currently we're widening an alumni program to serve some of those older kids.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about how you work with the teachers, because I know it's adding even more onto their plate sometimes, so that's where your garden educators come in hand, right?
Yes. So each one of our Global Gardens classes is led by our garden educators who come in, and they are really the ones who teach the lesson. They're the ones facilitating their planning. They're the ones caring for the garden. So the classroom teachers do get to come with their classes out to the garden, and it's kind of a partnership. We ask the teachers, what are you teaching right now with your students? What science standards can we help you with? And we create curriculum to kind of work with those teachers and supplement their lessons.
Okay.
So if on the inside, 3rd grade is learning about life cycles, we're gonna learn about life cycles here in the garden. We're gonna learn about ladybugs, about earthworms. Right now we're learning about praying mantises. And then with the Global Gardens classroom, we're raising praying mantises and releasing them into the garden.
Okay, I know it's so much more about more than just the plants. It's about the water cycle and the wildlife that might come into the garden. In fact, I saw a bunny, I think, earlier out
we
here.
have a possum out here too.
Yeah. So do you work with other STEM-related organizations? Where do you come up with your curriculum and stuff?
Yeah, our educators.
Okay.
They are the main ones who come up with the curriculum. We use those Oklahoma science standards to kind of give us a framework with what we should gear towards. And then really our educators, we do partner with TRSA, Tulsa Regional STEM Alliance, and the Opportunity Project. But for curriculum creation, a lot of that's our internal staff. And getting ideas from what are the students interested in learning about, that's really where it comes from. If our kids are interested in ladybugs, we're gonna focus more on ladybugs. We can do math out here in the garden. There can be literacy done in the garden. Really, the garden is a great vehicle to learn whatever avenue of thing.
Very cool. Well, it looks like you got even more back there. Can we go take a look at that back there?
Yes, of course.
Let's go.
Well, welcome to the after-school side of our garden. You just visited the during school, where we serve every student in this school. This is our after-school area where we serve about 30 kids 2 days a week here at our after-school program. So you're gonna see a lot of different gardens here, and each of these gardens are split up so that every kid here at our after-school program has a plot of land that they're taking care of.
Oh, nice.
You're also going to see students' art on these different signs. They've themed each of their gardens based on what they want to grow or what they want to do with what they grow. So we have our soup garden, and that is all ingredients that Alex wants to put in a soup once they're ready. Over here we have plants for insects garden. Those are all plants that help our insects out. We have a rainbow garden, we have a family garden. So every student has kind of decided what would represent myself, or what would represent who I am, what I want to do with these plants.
Okay.
And they theme their whole garden based on that.
So is this a little more self-directed with y'all's guidance that they can do what they want with
That's
this?
well said, it definitely is.
Okay.
So our during school program is really STEM focused and has student voice, but our after school program is a lot more student voice and choice focused.
Okay.
So we definitely lead a framework of what we want to do with our after school students. We have gardens, so we're going to be doing gardening.
Right.
But we kind of leave it up to students. What are you interested in the garden? What do you want to do with what you grow?
Right.
So we have some students and groups who are really interested in bugs. So we do a lot of bug collection, bug hunting. We have some students who are really interested in cooking. So we do a lot of cooking. We have some kids who are really interested in art, and you'll see our student art all over the garden.
There's art everywhere, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I love the colorful flags that you have behind you here, too.
Yeah, on the back side of each flag, you're going to see that students drew things that they're hopeful for, or things that represent them. So every student in this school has a voice in this garden and ownership.
So clearly these kids are not all going to grow up to be gardeners or horticulturists, maybe in science, hopefully, but let's talk about some of the skills that they're gaining through this process.
Definitely. So Global Gardens, we're super excited because kids are learning so many skills. Yes, they're learning gardening skills, but they're also taking home STEM identities with them. They're learning that you can be a scientist. Scientists can look like many different things. We teach them that cooking is a science, that chefs are just hungry scientists. We are doing engineering. We build pea trellises. We're doing art. We're doing the critical skills it takes to be peaceful with one another. How can we problem solve? Anytime you have any amount of people in a space, there is going to be a problem eventually. And so sometimes our kids get in arguments, or they're upset, or they bring a lot of heavy stuff with them from just their day, from their lives, from school. And so we give them a space where they can process that. Each of our programs start with community circle, where kids can share, they can breathe in the good things and breathe out the bad, and kind of let each other know, this is where I'm coming from today. And then we also teach the peace table, which is our conflict resolution model. So it's where students are sharing how they're feeling, and they hear what other students are saying, and they're able to come up with a solution together. They don't necessarily have to say sorry, but they do have to figure out, how are we going to coexist in this space? Do we need to take a break? Do we apologize? Can we work together on something else? So we're definitely teaching that critical skill of relationship building, problem solving. We do a lot of goal setting here in the garden. What do I want to plant eventually? How am I going to take care of the things I plant?
Patience with those goals coming to fruition, right?
What happens if the things I plant didn't work out? What do I do with that? What happens if the food I make wasn't my favorite? How can I do it differently next time? We teach a lot of...
So failure is not a failure. It's just another try of doing it a different way.
Exactly, yeah. The main thing we want to teach is that attitude of trying new things. Can we try touching a new bug for the first time? Can we try this STEM activity? Oh, some kids say that science is scary, but what if we tried a new way? What if learning could be fun?
I love that. Curiosity and discovery, and what you can do with that both in the garden and in your life going forward in the future.
We've noticed that students are able to take that curiosity and not only apply it to learning, but then to their lives as well. Why am I feeling angry? Or why is this happening that way? How can I problem solve?
Well, I can only imagine that this isn't just involving the students. It's kind of contagious, right, at this point?
It definitely
Let's talk about, like, are the families, the parents, are they seeing a difference, or are they getting involved with this?
Definitely. Our kids are taking their problem solving skills home with them. How can I solve problems among my siblings? And then, of course, we're in a garden, so there's going to be food and produce. So we do a lot of cooking here at Global Gardens. Every during school student is cooking at least twice a year, often many more. Same with our after school students. They're growing, they're planting things, they're going to be harvesting and cooking. So in program, they learn a lot of really healthy recipes, or they're trying veggies they've never heard of before, like radish. turnip? What can we make with sweet potatoes? What can we make with beets? And they're going to take extra produce and those recipes home with their families.
And the process of reading a cookbook, right?
Yeah, we have our cookbook. So Global Gardens has worked really hard the past couple years collecting all the recipes we make with our students, and we put them in this cookbook. There's about 50 to 60 recipes in here that are student tested. So we collected them all, and then we made them all with students again twice, double checking that yes, this is how you make it, this does taste good. So these are kid approved. We also have a community garden at our Union School, Rosa Parks Elementary, and a lot of the families there also contributed recipes to our cookbook.
Awesome. Well, I think Christy is inside cooking with some of your students.
That's right, we should go test it out.
Awesome. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.